What's going on, guys? We have entered award seasons and it is flying right on by. Although we have a few months ahead before the Oscars, the award season is very fruitful with plenty of critics groups announcing their nomination and winners that are going to eventually shape the upcoming Oscar races. The 81st Golden Globes are set to air on January 7th on CBS and Paramount Plus. We are scheduled to have the nominations announced on December 11th. So today I'm going to share my predictions on the biggest categories of the night. With the predictions tomorrow, I have not dissected every category, but I have some of the biggest ones in the world of film for you guys. Let's go ahead and dive right into these first. Motion picture drama. These are the 6 nominees that I believe are going to be nominated. With no surprise here, Oppenheimer, Killers of Flower Moon, Maestro, Past Lives. Those 4 I feel like are locks in this category. Anatomy of a Fall has really seen a rise over the last few weeks, winning some big awards in some critics groups and being nominated in several big above the line categories. My wild card here that I'm throwing a dart against the wall for motion picture drama is The Iron Claw. I think it's got a really strong chance to play well with the Golden Globes, and I'm really hoping that it comes true. My alternate here is Saltburn. For motion picture, comedy, and musical, I've got Barbie, The Holdovers, Poor Things, American Fiction, and The Color Purple. I feel like those 5 are locked in. Now, for 6, I do go a surprise here with Wonka. I gave it a slight edge over May, December. I just feel like this film's going to play very well, and it fits perfectly into this comedy and musical category. So my alternate is May, December in that category. Now, for actor in a motion picture and drama. Now, that top tier feels like it's locked in with Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer, Bradley Cooper for Maestro, Coleman Domingo for Rustin. Now, this is where things get a little bit dicey. Leonardo DiCaprio hasn't really seen his name called a whole lot for Killers of the Flower Moon in some of the critics groups, but I do think that the Golden Globes is really going to have some of the bigger names in the world for actors and actresses at their hopefully at their show in January. Now, this is where I got to coincide with my motion picture drama nomination. I got Zac Efron for The Iron Claw, and then I got Barry for Saltburn. I really think that he's going to be sliding into there. I don't know how that film's going to play, but he's fantastic in it. But my alternate is Adam Driver in Ferrari. Wouldn't surprise me to see Ferrari get some love. If Ferrari gets the love that I think it could potentially do, we could see that film line up. We could see it in Ferrari for best motion picture drama. We can see maybe potentially in supporting actress for Penelope Cruz, and then Adam Driver sliding in as well. So we could see a total of 3 nominations, no questions asked for Ferrari. It wouldn't surprise me to see that and hear those nominations flood in. Actor in a motion picture, comedy / musical. I got Paul Giamatti locked in for The Holdovers, Jeffrey Wright for American Fiction. I do think this coincides with Timothy Chalamet for Wonka, Matt Damon for Arrow, which was interesting because I don't that's to me is like more of a drama than it is a comedy. But these splits are very weird for me. Jamie Foxx for The Burial, and then the one that I think that I'm just throwing a dart against the wall is Ben Platt for Theater Camp. Now this is another film that I feel like if it's gets enough love that I really feel like it could maybe slide into that motion picture comedy musical. It's been playing very well with some critics groups, so I'm definitely interested with that. My first out there is Nicolas Cage for Dream Scenario, but it's a very, very weak category. I feel like Giamatti or Jeffrey Wright really run away with that category there. All right, now on to the ladies actress in a motion picture and drama. Let's see here. We've got Lily Gladstone for Killers of the Flower Moon. Lock that in, throw away the key. Carey Mulligan for Maestro. Sandra Hüller for Anatomy of a Fall. Greta Lee for Past Lives. Annette Bening for Naiad. And then I'm going to throw a wild card out here for Anjanou Ellis-Taylor for Origin. Fantastic performance in the film. I don't think it's going to get enough love. Maybe not enough people have seen it, but I do think if they have, it would be a perfect 6 slot. And with my alternate being Kaylee Spaney for Priscilla. Actress in a motion picture comedy musical. This is a loaded category, in my opinion, especially top heavy for Margot Robbie for Barbie, Fantasia Barrano for The Color Purple, Emma Stone for Poor Things, Natalie Portman for May December, Jennifer Lawrence for No Hard Feelings, which I think would be a fun and fantastic nomination. And then sliding into that sixth slot, I've got a young gun in here, Abby Ryder Forston for Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. Fantastic performance there. I really think that this is the perfect category to highlight this film. If this film plays well, this is another one that could play a little bit better here. Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. Could it slide into that sixth slot for comedy musical? Could we see Rachel McAdams slide into the sixth slot for supporting actress? I do think that this is another film that is very, very, very well made and has been kind of forgotten on the forefront of things that does look like it could potentially get an Oscar screenplay nomination. So this wouldn't surprise me since we get the split of categories. This gives them an opportunity to kind of give some love to films that might not get that Oscar love. So Abby Ryder Forston would be a fantastic nomination, with the alternate being there, Julia Louis-Dreyfus for You Hurt My Feelings. A brilliant, brilliant, brilliant film. Supporting actress in a motion picture, Danielle Brooks for The Color Purple, Divine Joy Randolph for The Holdovers, Emily Blunt for Oppenheimer, Jodie Foster for Nyad. This is where I get a little bit, I don't know, you know what I mean? Viola Davis for Air. I feel like this is one of those things that won't happen at the Oscars, but I do think that this is going to be a SAG play. We're talking, and then of course the Golden Globes, Viola Davis is going to get some love. It's Viola Davis. It's a fantastic performance on top of that. Julianne Moore for May December. I got slid into that sixth role. And then the alternate there, I've got American Ferrari for Barbie. Depends on how much love this film gets. Wouldn't surprise me to see it slide right into that. Now, supporting actor in a motion picture, we've got a bloodbath, and we've got a lot of people and a lot of different people that you could hear their names, and a lot of people that I kind of left out. And I threw a couple curveballs in here. We got Robert Downey Jr. at the top for Oppenheimer. We got Ryan Gosling for Barbie, Mark Ruffalo for Poor Things, Charles Melton, who's coming on strong as of late, for May December, Robert De Niro for Killers of the Flower Moon. Would not be surprised if we don't hear his name, but again, it's a Martin Scorsese picture. Robert De Niro, Killers of Flower Moon. I think that's going to get peppered with love from the Golden Globes. Coming in at number 6, I have a wild card and a surprise with Glenn Howerton coming in for Blackberry. Again, there's a lot of William Dafoe for Poor Things could be mentioned. That's one of the ones that I think that we could see. But also my alternate, Sterling K. Brown for American Fiction, I do think we could hear his name as well. But Glenn Howerton, I feel like, is the perfect performance to give that love that won't get the Oscar nomination, but it's good place to get him some recognition for his fantastic turn in Blackberry. Now, for the final category that I'm going to talk about today, Best Director. Okay, this one's going to be a bloodbath as well, but we got Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer, we got Greta Gerwig for Barbie, we got Celine Song for Past Lives, Martin Scorsese for Killers of the Flower Moon, Bradley Cooper for Maestro, and Alexander Payne for The Holdovers. This is an interesting category because you could really go Justine Triet for Anatomy of a Fall. I do think that if this does get some love in sprinkle some love in other categories, this film really could see a lot of love, especially with director. It's a fantastic film, great direction. I highly recommend checking it out once it does become available on VOD. If it's available in your local theaters, check it out as well. But strong director category, and it's one of those things that I'd be shocked if any of these people aren't in, but wouldn't be shocked if they're out type of thing. It's very, very deep and a big shock across the board. What could we see surprise-wise tomorrow at the Golden Globes? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. I will be doing some reaction pieces to the Golden Globe nominations. Very, very excited to hear what they have to say and who they're going to predict. That being said, throughout the entire award season, you can check out more content here. I've got more Oscar predictions coming around the corner. Hopefully you have a few guests on the channel to do that with as well. But thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode. I'll talk to you guys soon.